Alright guys, today I will be telling you how you can get your glass from double panel casement window using the measurement 1180 by 1180. Okay, at first you are going to write down the measurement, especially the height measurement and the width measurement. So this is the height measurement, which is 1180, and that is the width measurement also, which I'm going to write down there. Then the width measurement is also 1180. Now after this width measurement, we are going to I'm going to minus some things there. I'm going to minus 64. I'm going to minus 42. And I'm going to divide it by 2. So how did I get this 64 you are seeing there? That 64 is actually from the width. The material called width. That is the material. That is the height and width. So that's the 4 is actually from there. So from both sides, first side is 32, the other side is 32. Then the 42 is the mullion. So you minus that 2. So you minus that 2 to get the center of the frame. So here is it. When you add the 64 and 42, the easiest way of calculating it is to add the 64 and the 42 together, which will give you 106. So you are going to do like this: 1180 minus 106 divided by 2, which is actually giving you 537. So if you are cutting straight cutting without mitering direct, you are going to cut 537 for your decurve. Then inside this 537, you are going to minus 5 for your mitering. Then when you are mitering, you are minusing that 5. That means what you are going to miter altogether is 532 by measurement. Then you minus your 120 from the 532. So I'm minusing 120 to get my glass. Then from the height, you minus 180 direct. Then if I minus 120 from that 532, what I'm going to get is 412. Then inside that 412, I'm removing 5 because of my inner scale, because I'm using double angle. So after that, what I got is 407 by 1 meter. So that is the measurement of we are using 1180 by 1180. Thank you.